I haven't seen you since like we ran into you at the village before, like right after COVID.
Yeah,
started.
that one. It was like a first Friday.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
I
I
haven't
don't
seen
live
you
there
since
anymore.
like we ran into you at the. All right, I fixed that. We're good. All right, give the power to theater company. So the old man can go pee. What's up, KT? So,
Who's here?
I'm real tired.
now I gotta do this.
Tired.
Tord.
In a week.
Tord.
Yeah.
Well, but
Even that
Happens.
after dark.
Cody, look how profesh you look.
Thank you.
How's work?
I'm at work again, so it's cold here.
Will, where are you from? Where are you from, Will?
Me?
Mhm.
Austin.
What a great question.
Austin.
I was born in Austin. I've lived all over because my dad was in the Marine Corps, but I was born in Austin.
Over here.
It's so nice that other people are always on the Zoom in the beginning, because when we started this, it used to be we would start the Dads After Dark Zoom and it would literally just be me by myself for 5 minutes while all the old men had to go relieve themselves.
I mean,
Fair.
you're not alone, but also nobody's talking.
It's also what's happening right now, but now there's people here, which is
Well,
great.
whenever the music's playing, it always feels weird to talk over it. So
I don't care.
that's also fair.
What you eating?
Adrian, your cats were making noise earlier, and Lana was sitting in my lap and
Mhm.
kept was freaking out because she couldn't figure out where the cat was.
I am eating the frozen pizza that I made right before we started that I didn't finish eating.
Good choices.
It's good. It's good. I'm sharing the crust with Coco. She's very happy.
Oh, jealous. I had my first pizza in weeks the other night, and because my doctor says I can't have carbs or dairy right now, but he
What?
said I can have a cheat day.
Why?
Yeah, we're on some serious PCOS and diabetes running in my family. So
Oh,
for 4 weeks I had to be really strict, but I did good. And she said a lot of things are starting to be reversed. So she let me have a cheat day, and I ate so much bread that I got sick.
that happens. That happens.
Completely worth it. I have no regrets.
My dad just sent me a TikTok of Valentine's Day tips.
Well, happy
Oh.
Valentine's
Oh.
Day. I'd like to give you some quick tips on
This doesn't look promising.
Is this the guy giving you Valentine's tips?
Yeah.
wrap these gifts. I'm gonna show you just
This is.
bandana like this way to drape it over that way.
Thanks.
Thanks, Dad.
Speaking of which, Will, I'm so glad you knew immediately what I wanted. with
Oh,
that.
sorry. No
I
Siri.
saw it. I saw it and there was no question.
I'm so glad. I was like,
Shut
everyone
up,
else is
Siri.
gonna think this is really weird. I just really hope you remember.
No, I do.
Remember
because
what?
That picture exists. Hannah, were
I
you the one
spent
that
like
was
10
there
minutes
for
looking
that?
for the picture and I couldn't find it.
Who took that picture? Hannah, were you the one that was there for that
I think
moment?
What show was it
I don't
during?
know what y'all are talking about. Nobody does.
It was either Big River or She Loves Me.
No, we had Beauty and the Beast shirts on
It was
and orange flannels. So it was either during or after Beauty and the Beast. Because
So it was probably She Loves Me.
my guess was She Loves Me at a work day for She Loves Me. And so I couldn't tell you who was there, but somebody took a picture of it happening.
I was
Those are
not
bad.
in any of those 3 shows, so it was not me.
Yeah, it wasn't Hannah. Was it Jesse?
Jesse.
If it was during She Loves Me, it probably wasn't.
Yeah, no, I guess that's true because it wouldn't be Hannah because the first time I did a show with Hannah was for in a very uncomfortable scene. So the first time I had to do a scene with Hannah was the stripper scene of Rock of Ages.
Dance
Oh.
in front of my boyfriend and my dad.
Hey,
Okay.
Her
it
dad
would have
sat
been me
next
and
to
you,
my
Will,
mom.
but I broke myself.
That's true. It was
Yeah.
supposed to be
Catherine,
Catherine.
you do
That's
that,
accurate.
So think about how awkward that would have been.
Parker, your
oh,
haircut looks
God.
great.
The whole thing is just
Hey, Parker.
You.
You're welcome. When did you get your haircut?
Hey, Parker.
I don't. Couple weeks, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. Nice. Very nice. They certainly are taking a long time to pee.
yeah. What
Probably
happened?
got distracted. Dana has company over, so that means he's.
Oh, he's back.
He heard us talking about him.
Mhm.
I definitely used that time to go pee. So and that's on it now. Here we are. It's fine.
Hello.
Here for the next 3 hours.
What's up, Parker Greer? You know what I didn't do last show?
Play the intro?
Did you notice that? Or did I point it out?
I don't remember. That
But
was
I
2 weeks ago.
It's something you would have forgotten.
Hi, Jen.
Hello, hello.
All right, let's play the intro. Maybe.
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 There it is.
Fill your glasses up and sit your asses down. Coming to you live from their living rooms to yours, it's time for Dads After Dark.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Dads After Dark. We have a very special guest, William Shirley, from the show. If you didn't see the show, go back and check it out. It's freaking awesome because Will Shirley's awesome, so that makes the show awesome. We also have plenty of folks, a couple we haven't seen in a while. Hello, Ferguson and Cody. I think I didn't see you 2 weeks ago. And
Not gonna see him now either.
Nope. All right. Anyways, hello, folks. How are y'all tonight?
You know,
Good.
Chilling.
day in the life of a pandemic.
It's getting old.
I accidentally got quarantined at Armanay's this past couple of days.
Was this one of those like this, like accidentally got?
Yeah, I was just saying.
No, like it got iced in and I couldn't
Oh.
drive.
Oh,
And I was there to have pizza with her and stayed the night because we drank too much champagne. And
what?
and then the next morning when we woke up, it was iced over. So I was there. I just got home today.
Oh my gosh.
Goodness gracious.
Where'd
I
Rod
think
go?
there's one person to be stuck with though. It's Armanay.
That's a good way
Okay.
to be.
That's fair.
Where'd
Yeah, I'm
Rod go?
actually kind of glad that things are working out the way they did last week. So
I think he killed Rodney.
Ooh.
Just trying to cover it up.
No, I'm a bigger boy than him, so this killed him. I'm just waiting for my time.
Oh, so your bladder is very full right now and we shouldn't talk about
Oh
it.
no, I already did.
Oh, okay.
I did that. So I
Oh,
didn't get my snack though. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with myself.
Your life partner's here, Will.
Is that Keith?
Yeah.
Hey,
Keith, are you at work
Keith.
too?
yeah,
Always.
Amazing.
I'm always at work.
Which place you working at?
Mad Melt.
Christina and I got food there the other day.
Oh.
Yeah, did y'all like it?
Good. It was good. And I'm
Good.
just really excited because my favorite thing from Mad Taco that hasn't been there since all of quarantine has been the corn chowder. But
Yes.
they have it at Mad Melts.
So I used to, like when we used to serve the soups at Mad Taco, I used to get the cheese quesadilla and I would dip it into the corn chowder.
Oh, yeah.
Life changing.
It's so good. It's so good.
I will say I'm frustrated that College Station has had multiple new things open up after I left. Like they got a Dunkin' finally, and they got, what is it, Dutch Bros or whatever. That's 2 new coffee places I didn't get to try, and I find that objectively hateful.
Objectively hateful. I've never been to the Dutch Brothers, but Jennifer Harkis is the one that raves about it all the time. I don't get it.
I've seen
It's
it.
I don't know what's special.
I don't know what it is.
But what's
Every
special
time I go
about
by,
it?
it's packed.
Apparently, the customer service is really good.
Yeah,
That's all I got.
Harold swore by it. I saw a post a while back from him that's raved on it as well. So,
hey girl, you say hi.
I don't know. I don't really
They're
drink
so
coffee.
special is because they have really good coffee.
Do you drink coffee, Parker?
I hope not.
No, but my parents do. I drink the not so hot chocolate.
Wait,
Not so hot chocolate? Wait, why is it not so hot?
Because it's only at 100 degrees and not at like so much higher.
it's not at McDonald's lawsuit levels or anything like that.
Oh,
There you go.
And it's warm. So it's not burning your mouth and it's able to use a straw.
Oh, that's good. That's
See, I'd
good.
like that. That's always my biggest fear.
what it is?
Well,
Cody's at work as well.
Damn.
Will, is there any theater in Michigan in around you?
Yeah, so I went through and I found the local community theater and stuff, but they're not doing anything right now. So last semester I actually joined a theater org on campus here. That's right. Some schools have theater organizations, you guys. A&M.
Wow, crazy.
But yeah, no, I went and last semester I did a 1-act show. We did 4 1-act shows, and so I did one of those, and it was all over Zoom. So there was just the 3 of us on Zoom, and then they streamed it live on YouTube. And that was a lot of fun. I got a really cool cast for that. This semester, their plan is to do a full play, like a full-length play. And as soon as I heard that, I was like, that doesn't sound like something I want to do, because either it's on Zoom as a full play, which worries me, or they're meeting in person, which worries me. So I'm not doing anything right now. But there's a couple theater orgs on campus, and there is a local community theater, and I will hit up that local community theater as soon as possible, because the theater org on campus made me feel very old. It was mostly freshmen and sophomores, and then I'm like, at this point now, I'm 5 years older than freshmen, right? And I was like,
That's weird. That's weird.
I feel weird doing shows here. So
And are you a
fine-tuned.
TA now too? Because you'd probably be teaching those level
Yeah,
of students too.
I'm teaching this semester for the very first time, and that has been a trip, let me tell you, because students are, I want to do a good job because I want to end up teaching. So I think it's good practice, but like, this is my first semester, and then they're all freshmen. So I worry about them too, because this is like the last chemistry course most of them will take. And so it's been great. It's been chaotic, and I have 70 students I have to grade every week, which is also chaotic. But that takes up most of my time right now. Research is a secondary because I can't be in my lab anyway. But I am teaching finally, and I enjoy it. It's just weird. It's a weird experience.
Oh, I would love to have you as my professor.
Can you explain more about forensic chemistry? I have no idea what that is, but it sounds so cool.
Yeah, so I did my undergrad in forensics, and I got a minor in chemistry and a minor in philosophy. The philosophy minor was for fun because they don't have a theater minor at A&M. So I was like, let's do philosophy because that seems like the natural next step. But I came up here to this degree. So forensic chemistry is basically analytical chemistry, but applied to forensic fields. And analytical chemistry is any chemistry that quantifies or qualifies what a solution is, right? So if you have an unknown, you're going to use all these methods or instruments to find out what it is and how much of it there is. So in forensics, there's a lot of drug chemistry is a big thing. And that's kind of one of the things I came out here to hopefully do was research on fentanyl and opioid analogs. But the project I'm actually working on now is about fire debris analysis. And so we're looking at fire chemistry and arson chemistry so that after and like a massive arson event, being able to find out not only what liquid was used there, but at like what levels and things like that. So that you can, once you find out what was used, you can figure out why it was used. And it looks like I'm working right now on developing a project on explosives and looking at the chemistry of explosive events. And so forensic chemistry is basically analytical chemistry applied to the legal system. And that's what I hope to like do is my eventual goal is to teach, but something along that lines.
Cool.
I was like, did that make sense? I feel like it just rambled a bunch of big words. That's what it feels like sometimes.
You are so impressive. And I had no idea that, I mean, this is a compliment. It's not going to sound like a compliment, but I had no idea you were this smart. So like that's a total compliment that came out the wrong way.
No, hear me out, because I've realized this. I had to be smart in high school, right? To get a good position at A&M. And then if you just exist at at that comfortable average to above average, and no one applies to grad school, right? It's like a very small group that wants to keep doing school, right? So I hit that niche. And then once you get into there, you don't have to be smart anymore. You were smart. At that point, like all you can do is succeed or fail, right? You just have to hit average at that point within the group. So I think I've gotten consistently dumber the more school I've done. However, I have consistently more degrees, and that's the goal.
There is so much truth to that statement right there.
David gets it. He knows. He knows.
Kiki, what are you drinking?
So I'm drinking, this is called the Blue Wave Margarita, and you can kind of see, it's blue. Oh, well.
Yep, I can see it.
How many of these have you
an
had?
accident. This is just my first and only, probably. But
and can I have one?
well, you can have what I just spilled. So no.
Yay!
It's like a Sour Patch Kid kind of margarita. It's really good. It's got like a sour flavor to it, though.
I want to see if Rodney recognizes what I'm drinking.
Really good margaritas.
Looks like Hawaiian Punch.
It does.
But like the blue Hawaiian Punch, yeah. Basically.
No, he's
really good.
Look at mine. Here's a hint. My wife normally buys a bunch of mandarins, but accidentally bought some blood oranges last week.
Nice. Ooh. So did the riffraff? Did you make the riffraff?
It is a riffraff, yes.
Nice.
So, although there's something ironic about trying to cut a blood orange open and letting the knife accidentally slip.
Some actual blood in there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But well, that's all good.
So today, Shannon counted up all of the different pieces of clothing. Yay, he's here. Y'all, I'm so excited. He saved the last one for Andy.
I couldn't tell you what Corey's name was in that show.
He's slowly coming.
Leif, maybe?
I was thinking about that. I was like, I remember your name. Is Andy. No idea what their names
Turn on your camera.
Yeah.
You can do this.
Bottom left corner.
Hey, Corey.
There he is.
Corey.
Hey guys.
Corey, you were all over my Facebook memories like 2 weeks ago because you and Henry were in a show when you were in high school.
Oh.
Anna, get your
Anna,
gun.
get your
Oh my
gun.
Yes.
Yes.
That's cool.
I saw that.
Yeah.
How's life as an uncle, Corey?
Oh my God. He's the cutest freaking. He's the cutest baby. He's so dumb because he's a baby. He doesn't know anything. But he's really good. He's so cute and fat. I love him. I'm a little tipsy right now. But yeah. Uh-oh, spaghetti-o.
We may have crossed tipsy. We might be a little past that.
It's okay.
Corey, now that you're here, do you have any questions for Andy?
Who gave you the last one? I don't know.
Who knows? It's yet to be determined who's going to give me the last one, but it'll
Who'll
be
do
the
it?
last.
I was was concerned that this was the last episode of Diva Dads because of the capsule.
Yeah, I was
This is
too.
the last
I was
one.
like, is this a season? I don't know.
Y'all should have saved me for the end. Honestly, missed opportunity.
There's only so much I can control right now. Well, actually, wait.
What do you
Start season
what-
3 next week.
What are you
What's
talking
that?
about? I'm lost.
Yeah,
just-
shocker.
Just start season 3 next week, and then that would have
No,
it would have
because
ended.
then
It
we
would
would
have
have different season numbers.
Lengths.
Yeah, I think the first one was what, 20, 21, 22? 22.
22. I
just be like the British shows. They just put out however many they feel like for a particular season. So for
I feel like that's where we are at this point.
No.
Wrapping up season 2.
No.
No, just kind of like doing whenever we
Whenever we
want.
want.
Like, yeah, we might have an episode this week. I don't know. We might have one next week. I might delete this later.
I love how you guys just feel that this is willy-nilly and that I don't actually have a lot of shit going on. And yes, Parker, I'll give you $1.
We're not blaming you. I'm mainly blaming Dana.
Had very important stuff to do last week.
Season 2 ends at episode 44.
There we go. Okay.
That's another 10 episodes, 9 episodes.
I was listening to
That is how math
podcast
works.
Math
today,
is hard.
and it was episode 1200. Can you imagine?
No.
I mean, he does put out like 2 episodes a week, but
You talking about Mark Maron, my
Yeah.
boyfriend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's a lot. He's been doing it for
He-
12 years. So.
I know. I was going to say he was with one of the original podcasts.
Yeah.
He was doing it before everybody.
Show
He does it
audio
the
is
best.
uploaded.
Thank you. Oh crap!
We haven't
We'll
done last
talk about
week.
this later.
Or the week before
Yeah,
last.
we're 2 weeks behind on our podcast, though.
Don't say we. We know it's me.
I try.
Nah.
Trying to defer. Oh, no.
Corey, who are you drinking with someone tonight, or just
Me and my.
yourself and you?
Can you hear me right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't tell. I
Now we
don't know.
can't hear you.
You keep toggling, don't you? You just muted yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get
Okay.
how it works. I've never used the phone before. I got drinks with my buddy Peter. I had a gin and tonic. I had 2 gin and tonics and a beer, and it was very good. So yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah. Adrian, your hair looks really cool. I like
Oh,
it.
thanks, Corey.
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
man.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my goodness.
Can we get a cameo from your cat, Dobson?
Oh hell yeah. Oh, okay. She just backed up. Which one? Here's Olive Ostrovsky.
Here's the,
Yes, of course. Bang, bang, bang.
Here's Olive.
Hi, Olive. Hi.
She's very mad at me because they've been going outside a lot recently, and she wants to go outside right now, but it's going to freeze, and so I won't let her.
I mean, I bet if you open the door, she wouldn't stay out very long.
My cat annoyed me enough that I was like, fine. Figure it out that you don't like it. And then she came
This
right-
is the one that will knock on the door. She goes out the back, and then she'll make her way around just to kind of prowl the grounds, and then she will knock on the door. It is weird.
These were
It's
so
very weird.
awful. That was.
Have y'all ever met my cat on here? I don't
that's what you said about the drink.
Show me.
You drink it though. It must have not been that bad.
I don't
Sorry.
know. What are y'all drinking now?
I'm
Water.
drinking rum and coke.
Y'all are
Did it hang with the matcha?
Fun.
They're together, yes.
Yeah.
Public announcement.
Together again. Together again.
Yay! Anya!
This is Anya. She's really
Anya, that's what it was.
Anya.
Beautiful.
Yeah, she is Anya, but what's her name?
And I'm
Is that
out.
short for lasagna?
Oh my
Oh
God.
no, but that's what my family calls her. My family either calls her lasagna or onion.
What's her name?
What?
I
Anya.
don't know. My little brother.
Like Zanya on
Like
top.
OnyA, Anya?
Ay.
There's another.
ANYA, probably.
I don't know, man.
William,
A
your hair
Scottish
is so
name,
long.
Anya?
Wait,
I need a haircut so bad. Okay, so hear me out. I was supposed to be in my lab on Tuesday to do like a short lab experiment, go in for a couple hours. So I was like, I don't want to go get a haircut and like possibly expose myself directly before I go to lab. Well, that got canceled and moved to next Monday. And so now I'm in this point where I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to lab and see what it's like. And I'm in this very like, do I keep the hair and just keep going? Or do I
like the
cut it?
hair. Keep it.
I'm at the point of no
Yeah,
return.
I like
you know? It's too long to be like in medium length anymore. It's getting chaotic, honestly.
That's that's what happened to me 20 years ago. I missed a haircut and I was like, let's go for it and see what happens.
Let's just see what happens.
I haven't cut my hair since July because it stresses me out to go get a haircut in this like world that we're living in. So I just haven't done it. Also, Taylor cuts my hair and I live in a different state, so I don't really.
Rodney,
He's got that
no.
Michael Kelso thing going.
Yeah. Oh, I figured I looked it up, by the way, while you were talking about the trip from Nashville to Michigan. It's about the same distance as it is from here to Amarillo.
Yep.
That's a long ways.
I mean, it's still closer than home. I live.
Yeah, but this is still in Texas. They're crossing like 5 states.
Yep.
That's wild. Nashville to Michigan is just like, oh, I'm just gonna go visit.
Everything's so close.
Long day trip.
I drove to upstate New York to drop something off for like my mom, right? And it was like a thing that it would actually be quicker if I could go through Canada. That's how far north I am, but Canada's closed. So I had to go like under and like go like through Ohio and Pennsylvania and up to New York. And that's where I'm at right now. Like I'm so far up here. I'm above some parts of Canada. And that just seems wrong.
Is your mom in upstate New York?
No, my mom's in she's back in San Marcos. So when she moved me up here, when they like brought a trailer with all my stuff, she had some boxes for like a friend we had who's just moved to upstate New York, and she's like, hey, you live closer to them, so to save on sending a bunch of boxes, you can drive them, right? And I was like, I guess so. So I got to take a road trip from Michigan to Binghamton, New York, dropped some boxes off, spent the night in Scranton, PA, which was an
Whoa!
So
I know that
go
town.
back.
That's cool.
Yeah, my so that's a fun story because my mom told me, so she told me to go drop stuff off in Binghamton. She's like, I'll get you a hotel room for the night because it's like a 10-hour drive to and from, right? And she was like, so I'll get you a hotel for the night. And I was like, hey, Scranton is only an hour from Binghamton. Can you get me a hotel there? And she's like,
nice.
Sure, why? And I'm like, no reason. I just like that seems like a cool place.
There's something about it, you know.
There's nothing. It's not important, you know. So I stayed the night in Scranton, PA, which was cool. I got to see like the big Electric City sign and Coopers and things like that.
What did you make this long drive for? Because I heard boxes.
Yeah, no, literally. So I was
the Electric City.
It sounds like I'm like
the
a
Electric City.
Yeah, I was like delivering boxes for like my mom to a family friend because I live closer than my mom does because she's in Texas. So it was just easier for me to drive to Binghamton. And it was actually cheaper for me to drive to Binghamton and stay the night in Scranton than it would be to ship these boxes because they were like someone was moving. And it's like expensive to ship boxes, like big boxes from like Texas to New York. So I just drove it and stayed in Scranton.
That's a good deal.
Yeah, it worked out well. Also, there's like no one staying in hotels right now because of COVID for obvious reasons. So like we got I stayed at the Radisson in Scranton for like super cheap for the night. So that was a move. I got to stay at like a nice hotel and just
Wasn't that a plot point? Isn't there something at the Radisson? Oh, that's where Jan wanted to have the meeting.
Exactly.
The Radisson. Chili's instead. Yeah.
There's no Chili's in Scranton. Isn't that so disappointing?
That's really
Yeah. Like where was that chili? That's not even realistic.
Yeah, I think the nearest one is like several miles away.
Chili's.
Does anyone listen to the Office Ladies podcast?
Yeah,
I listened to the first.
It's good. I've looked at it several times.
I love the information. It's fascinating because it's great, and they have like cast members on and lots of interviews with like their directors and writers. But the two of them annoy the crap out of me sometimes. They're so freaking chipper, and they really annoy me. But it's great information. But sometimes like I'm gonna need you two to turn down the cheer, like just a little.
I think Angela being such a cheerful person Makes my
Disorienting.
day every time I hear her talk. Because it's like, of course this is you. You're a joyful person. I love it.
Yeah.
We were lied to.
I don't know. I feel like I put out enough, like, especially in like the professional world, I put out a lot of chipperness. So like, I don't want that in my car. I want to quiet or like, I don't know, not that. I don't want that.
Someone from Roger. Oh, yay. I was like, someone from Roger's company is logging in, but I wasn't sure who it was.
Oh my gosh, does it say Holistaplan?
Yeah.
Oops. Carol.
You got a blizzard.
I didn't even pay for that blizzard.
Not yet.
Carol,
Not
you
yet.
can't have chocolate or peanut butter. Go away.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Wait,
But ice cream.
butter?
I love a Butterfinger blizzard.
It's
Like, I don't like
wasted.
Butterfingers, but I love a Butterfinger blizzard. It's so good.
Now, Will, that reminds me now, the interesting thing will be after you've been at school for a little while and have been TA for a little bit and being able to getting into a show with some of your former students.
Oh God, I can't. It
Also me.
stresses out. It stresses me out, the whole thing, because like so some of them were emailing me like right before like I got on tonight because they have an assignment due at 11 tonight. So I'm getting emails this late and I'm just like, it's like sad because like I responded because I'm like, it's 7 o'clock and I'm not doing anything. So like that's where my life is right
I
now.
put
But
deadlines on Friday night.
It's a pandemic. What else are they doing?
yeah, I mean, yeah, I had a couple
But,
students.
yeah,
here
but then you have to listen. You have to listen to the last minute panicked emails and stuff. You make them Thursday nights. That's what I always do.
So I told my students if they email me before 5 p.m. Sunday through Friday, I guarantee I'll respond. If they email me before 7 p.m., I'll most likely respond. If they email me after 7, it's unlikely. And so these students will email me at like 6:59, like, "Hey, question," and I'm like, so this is really random whether I decide to answer. It's whether I'm feeling nice or not, to be honest.
Yep.
I know, yeah. I'm really lenient with grading them and I'm really nice to them. So if they don't email me on time, that's not on me, I feel like at this point.
So we had a couple questions that floated over that we didn't have time for in the show. One of which, is that you? Are you that?
That's
Joey?
That's Adrian.
That's
We
Adrian?
did?
Yes.
Oh, we already talked about this.
We good?
Yeah, we literally just had this conversation.
Tina.
Oh man. You know what? It's been a long time since I heard that from Madeline.
Madeline.
Oh, yeah, we just had this conversation, but Catherine is here, so Catherine can ask her question.
So when is your mom coming to visit us next?
I miss your mom.
Because I miss Belle.
Yeah, no, I get that. I know people like her more than me. So she started, so the thing is she started getting season tickets, right? Because I did like I did like 3 shows in one season. And then like I never did another show. So she just had season tickets every year. And she did the thing where you buy season tickets and you can donate certain amounts. And she always made sure to donate the exact amount to get her name on like the list of like if you donate a certain amount. And she always did that. And she was so excited about it. She was like, "Hey, did you see that? Did you see?" And I'm like, "Yeah, Mom, I saw your name on every playbill."
So much.
No, that she's a delight and she's insane and it's the best. But so I get it. Like, I mean, she lives close to y'all. Hit her up on Facebook. Beth has her phone number.
That's fair.
She'll come watch a show.
Oh, hey, Anya says hi.
Hey, Anya.
Yeah.
Anya's the camera hog.
So yeah,
I have a
honestly,
story
if
about
someone-
Anya after that.
Yeah, if someone hits up my mom, she'll come to a show. No doubt she'll make the drive just to go see you guys. Like, I don't matter anymore. I live in Michigan. Just hit her up. She'll
You're a lost cause at this point. So.
I get it. Also, she can sing really well. Fun fact. She's like a really good singer. Like super.
So she'll
talented.
build the set and she'll sing for us?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Who lives in San
100%.
Marcos? Would she be able to? Would that be enough to be able to get her into a show?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, just hit her up, tell her, force her to come. She has a great voice. My whole family is super like musically and artistically talented. I'm like the least talented one of our group.
You're getting your degree in science.
Yeah, that's why I chose science, because I'm like the not arts kid. No, my sibling Zane like makes music and like writes music and travels and sings. And my mom has an amazing voice, and I got lucky to have my dad's voice, which is unfortunate because tone deaf. And here we are, you know.
Come on, being a boy in musical theater.
Oh, can we talk on that? Because it's the easiest thing in the world being a male in musical theater. You just have to exist and you're in. And it's like, you know, blessings. So
Except
And
for
if you
little
listen to
Pop.
directions,
That's not
you're even a
true.
step above.
That's not a word.
So can I tell a story?
Yes.
No.
Is it like no, hear me out.
Absolutely.
Tell stories that involve alcohol on After Dark.
Yeah.
It's not a bad one. It's not a bad story, I promise. I
Well,
wouldn't
half
say
of the
that.
people here are drunk.
Just 1, 2, 3, 4
No,
is
no,
what I
I'm-
count.
I'm done.
Oh, okay. Then 3.
I declare a thumb more.
Okay, so this is a story that I think for sure Jennifer and Cody will appreciate because they helped with this show. So when I did Arcadia at Stage Center, so I turned 21 during Arcadia, right? And it motivated me to try something, which I was like, I wonder if, like, I'm not the lead in the show. I'm like, I wonder if I can do this show like slightly intoxicated, right? I was curious. And so every show, before the show started, I would go out and I would go on stage and I had the longest monologue in our show, right? Like I didn't have that many lines compared to some of the leads, but I had the longest monologue. So I would start each show by running through my monologue to warm up. And that was like a good way to get ready for the show. And I go out there and I've done this every week for the last several weeks. And I go out there and I'm like kind of drunk. This is like our last show. And I go up there and I start and I'm like, and I didn't have a single word. And this was like 30 minutes before the show started. I'm alone on stage and I'm like, cool, I don't remember a single line. Like not the first word, nothing. And I was like, this is not the move. Luckily, I didn't come on the stage for a solid like 45 minutes. So I went back and I sobered up backstage, read through my lines and came out, nailed it, just saying. I have not tried that again because the shows I've done after that were Shakespeare, which no, and then the Nutcracker Ballet, which just seemed dangerous to try. Children. I haven't tried
And
that
a lot
again.
of children. A lot
Yeah,
of children.
there's a lot of kids on stage during that part. So I haven't tried it again, but I tried it once and I failed. So to the people that can do it, mad respect, not me.
When you come back, if you come back, you can do Rocky Horror again. I've heard that a lot of people do that one, you know, nice and.
Some people
yes,
have.
come back to me, my love.
Any names?
I've not heard that story.
Me.
Will your other life partners joining?
Hey,
No.
Will, you better be glad that you live in Michigan right now, or I'd be slapping you in the arm.
I was going to say, Jennifer, I didn't know about this.
Neither,
So.
Yeah, rest in peace to my co-stars. They were too busy. They didn't notice. No, I've told Mandy that story, and she was not happy with me on that.
Well, I wonder why. I do have so for that show though too. For that show, we did that was around the Christmas season, so we did do the parade. And one story from that was we were in the parade. It was freezing cold.
Fireball.
We're learning that we don't know how to sing Christmas carols, and somebody throws these little bottles of Fireball whiskey into our wagon, which was great. Even though we were about to go do a show. And as they throw it, it's like the husband is throwing it, and you hear the wife yell, "There are children on that float." There were 2 minors in our show, or 3 actually.
Caroline. Yeah, Caroline being one of them.
Yep.
Caroline was in my middle school math camp that summer before, just to give you an idea of her age.
I love Caroline.
There's a Miss Beth in here.
Awesome.
Is that BF?
Yep.
I love BF.
Bacon.
Well, she was here.
She's here. She's busy.
I was surprised how quickly I was let into the thing. So I'm sure that's what happened here too.
Because I pay attention.
You didn't let Hannah in.
Will's story about not knowing his words reminded me of the what's his face that plays King George in Hamilton.
Jonathan Groff.
Jonathan Groff.
Yes, he was talking about the fact that he's been doing theater for a really, really long time. He gets paid for it and it's awesome. He said that a couple weeks into the run of Hamilton, he came out for his song and it started playing and he just didn't sing. He was like, I forgot the first two lines of the song. He was like, so I was just kind of hum singing, them ambiguous vowel until he could like finally get to where he needed to go. And that was really uplifting to me.
Good old watermelon chorus.
But you can't.
Beth, are you outside or are you in your sunroom?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm in the sunroom.
Is it cold in there?
Sort of outside.
I am outside. I've got a sweater, a Carhartt, a blanket on my shoulders, a blanket on my legs, socks and Crocs, and my space heater. So like, I'm good.
Socks and Crocs.
Inside?
And Crocs.
Why what?
Why not?
I'm inside.
I'm outside for reasons that I cannot say right now publicly.
Okay.
But if you know, you know.
I don't know, but that's okay.
Beth, do you have any questions or comments for Will Shirley?
I love you and I miss you very much. My mother says hello.
Hello. Fun fact, Beth would not allow me to meet her family. She said, and I quote, "You won't like them." And that was why she wouldn't let me meet them. I've never met her family. She's met mine, but she wouldn't let me meet hers.
Even as of today, still never.
Yeah, I've never met them. No, I mean, yeah, no. Like me and Beth been great friends for 5 years now. Won't let me meet them.
I feel like the only reason I've met them is because I've had to.
Yes, that is true.
How did you meet Beth?
Everyone who has met my parents has had to, and I am sorry for that interaction.
Well, when I met your watch your blood pressure, Dana. Watch your blood pressure.
Is Dana okay?
What's
He's never okay.
I missed something.
Dana, did you have a question?
I did have a question.
What a teacher right there. What a teacher.
Yes. I didn't raise my hand in the Zoom meeting. I apologize.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, get to it already.
How did you and Beth meet? I don't recall hearing anything about that in the show.
Oh, yeah. I met Beth getting yelled at because me and Corey were misbehaving backstage. I'm pretty sure for this.
You and who?
We were probably talking backstage, so Beth yelled at us.
I think
That sounds about right.
You're misremembering the story.
Yeah,
That wasn't me.
You're very wrong, William. You're wrong.
Why am I wrong?
You're wrong, Will.
You're wrong, Will. So this is what happened on my end of the story. You walked into auditions and I was like, a straight male? Yes. And I wanted to know how old you are immediately. And once I found out you were legal, I befriended you hardcore. And then I realized, no, I just want him as a friend.
Okay.
And that's how it happened on my end, is I pursued you super hard as a friend to see if I even liked you as a human.
On that note, Big River, all of us were having a huge conversation about whether or not Will was like 12 or not, because nobody really knew.
See?
Most of us were like,
The only reason I knew was because I helped him fill out the form.
yeah, like we all, the way that the Big River casting worked is that if you could pass for a boy, then you played a boy.
Yep.
And so somewhere in there, Will got cast as a boy and I got cast as an adult. So like we were right at that dividing line.
That's the line.
Well, considering that you had just been an old
there
man,
were all these
Fiddler,
conversations
Cody.
about whether or not he was over 18, which was especially significant because there were many individuals in the theater who, if he was over 18, they were very interested. And so there were so many conversations about this because nobody knew how old he was.
Did he show you his ID and did it say McLovin? So do we know?
No one asked for it. I feel weird about that. Dana, I'm upset. You never asked about the mustache. I was excited.
I was going to get to that. I know. And I don't think they believe me that I really wanted to ask about that. That freaking stash, both you and Keith were sporting. Oh man.
The great thing about that thing. So me and Keith, we were working so hard for the entirety game right for that show.
Hi, I'm back. Sorry.
Hey Keith, one time like a couple weeks before we opened, I think it was like probably a week or two, I looked at Keith and I was like, Keith, we both have facial hair right now. What if we just show up for show one with mustaches? And
you know what I said? Absolutely.
He said,
Absolutely.
Let's do it. Yeah, of course. And so I'm pretty sure Keith came up with our costume. I told him we should do mustaches and we showed up and made it happen. And it was a trip.
Spectacular.
It
I miss my
was
mustache.
fantastic.
If you're looking for the sexiest stage managers,
Accurate.
So in
The
the
picture
I'm pointing to Will,
posing.
not myself.
No, both of us. All
the
of them. All
pre-production
of
call
them.
this week, I had called Will and to chat with him before the show, and like I out of the box, the first question: do you still have the stash? Because you kept it after the show for a little bit too.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I had it for a whole month. I showed up to work the next day, and my bosses were like, "So that's something," and I was like, "It was for Halloween." And then I came the next day, and I had it for an entire month after the show. And one of my bosses during the workday looked at me and said, "Oh, I can't say this. I feel." They were like, "You look like a '70s."
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Star.
And I was like. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, can you say that during a workday? But I'm like, yeah, that's fair. I get it. It's kind of true. And I miss that mustache. I really do.
What you should have said is, if you only knew.
I didn't say that to my boss.
You will one day. One day you'll
My
be
boss,
like, yeah,
my boss came to Rock of Ages and saw me run across the stage with my pants down. So I mean,
That reminds me, I have an somewhat embarrassing story on that. When I was doing butterflies at Stage Center, I got to take most of my clothes off for that show. That was a trip, right? Thank you. So I was
like, who said that? Because it sounded like Catherine.
No, so during that show, I had to take most of my clothes off, and I was uncomfortable already, and a weird experience. Well, I did an internship with CSPD, right? When I was there, I talked about that with some people. I did an internship. My boss at CSPD came to a show because apparently him and his wife go to all the plays in town, and I didn't know this was a thing. So I come out on stage, and like I was blind, so I wasn't supposed to see anyone, but I see immediately my boss at the police station there, and in my head, all I think is I'm about to take my clothes off in front of this man, and I don't know how to feel about any of that. Ended up going well, and he was like, after the show, he was like really nice, but he's like, "Oh, I didn't know we had such a good actor working with the force," and it was like a weird conversation in general.
I hate when they do that.
It was uncomfortable, but I was just like, I took my clothes off in front of my boss at the police station, and that happened, and I still don't know how I feel about it. Honestly, I think about it sometimes.
Yeah.
So, fun fact about Will, I've seen him naked twice now.
That's a really fun fact.
And someone couldn't take that.
You guys want the story for what?
I feel like we need to.
Does it need to
will
wait for
be.
after dark, or is it okay to tell on After Dark?
It's none of it's dirty in any way.
Okay.
It
Then
was
let's
just
go
Will
for it.
being dumb.
And go for it.
All right. I'm just saying Parker is here.
Oh.
Do y'all remember when the hurricane happened like 3 years ago? And like we all had to hunker
I
down?
remember the story now. Okay.
Which one?
The
Harvey.
first one. Harvey? Yeah. Yeah. Hurricane Harvey. There was a really big hurricane party at Will's house, and I was the party monster bringing all the booze. And Will got so drunk, someone dared him to streak, and this poor boy, he did it not once, but he did it twice.
During a hurricane.
During a hurricane.
And
I have
what
a
else?
video of it, actually.
I feel like doing that twice in one night kind of loses its luster.
It does. That's accurate.
Yeah, it was also cold.
Miserable.
Shut up, Corey. Shut up, Corey.
Yeah. Now, if you were to do it now in Texas, tonight or something like that, that would be something.
I will say, in a comment to Cody's question, where he asked what my best kiss at TTC was.
You can't change your answer.
No, I'm not. But
Okay.
if you ask my best kiss with a TTC person, it's with Corey Barron.
Yeah. It is.
We have a little
I have video
Monaco
of that.
thing going on here.
Yeah, it's happening.
$1 from Corey.
All three of us
$1
have
from
kissed
Corey.
one another.
One time at a
When
party,
we
at my
fought?
house, Corey,
What?
tell the story. Tell it.
No, you tell it better than me because I don't remember it that well.
Corey was talking a big game about how he was a high school wrestler. And I was like, okay, Corey, calm down. And it ended up with everyone else cheering us on to wrestle. So we did. And the wrestling match ended as every heterosexual wrestling match does, with everyone in the crowd watching us chanting kiss, kiss, kiss. Every single one. And so it just naturally happened, at the end of a wrestling match.
It's natural.
Yeah, naturally. Naturally.
A wrestling match that Corey won.
Corey did not win that.
Corey won that video.
Contention there. No,
I have it on video. Corey won.
There's a video and it shows me winning.
We don't need to argue about who clearly won the fight.
Oh my goodness.
Time. Why would we
Should I
do that?
mute him? Is
Whatever.
Mute him? I won the fight. Corey was the fan favorite, but I won.
You did, Will. You did so good.
I hate him.
You fought valiantly, Will.
I won the fight. There's video proof. Corey got tired before
The real winner of that fight
gave up.
Perfectly. It was great.
The winner of the fight was everyone watching that fight. Fun fact, if you're wondering, because we got really tired.
So true. That is so true. I have videos and I cherish them and watch them at least once a month.
Beth is just sitting around going like, you know what I need right now? I need to watch a wrestling match between Corey and Will. Yep.
What party
It's
was
that
that?
night.
Honestly, I share that video a lot more than I watch it. I'm just like, hey, you remember Will? Watch this hilarious video of Will and Corey winning. And then it ends in a kiss.
It does end in a kiss. No, sophomore year was neither my proudest nor my least proudest moment. If you're wondering, least proudest moment might be the Rocky cast party, because I don't remember like a lot of hours of my life that night. I don't know why. It just happens that I don't remember them. But no, the sophomore year, me and my roommates like to throw parties pretty much every weekend. And so a lot of theater people got to randomly come in and out of those parties. That's how me and Ben became good friends. That's how me and Beth was party mom and always made sure we got to bed safely. And that's why Beth is the best person in the world. She would tuck us into bed, including Corey, who always slept over at our house because he wouldn't drive home that night. So Beth would always tuck us all in safely because Beth is the best.
One time I was tucking them in and Corey was so drunk and he was like, Beth, come here. And I was like, what, Corey? And he was like, Beth, no, come closer. And I was like, what, Corey? And he tries to kiss me and I slapped the heck out of Corey.
I don't think you're remembering it correctly.
Plausible deniability. I don't remember it that way at all.
No.
I remember.
Maybe that was someone else.
I remember one time at a Pearly party, I was trying to put you to bed on the couch, and you started throwing things at me.
Story.
Yes.
Was that when
you
I
got so mad at me?
Was that when I had to tackle him outside because he was trying to tackle Taylor?
I don't know. When someone had to tackle Corey, or
That was
when
me.
Corey
I tackled him in the end.
Y'all were on the phone with me when you did that because that's when I was working at the hotel. And you made sure to call me to tell me that you tackled Corey.
Okay, I will say, at every theater party, I didn't drink, or I didn't drink very much because I always had to drive myself home because my roommates would go to bed at like 10 p.m. So I couldn't like get a ride. So I always sat with Catherine, and Catherine has mastered theater parties. If you guys are wondering how to go to a theater party, Catherine knows how, hit up her class. And so I'd always sit with Catherine enjoying it until the Rocky party, in which case I did not participate with Catherine, and that was my downfall.
You walked away from me.
That was mistake number
You were
one.
hanging out with me, and then you left, and that was where it went downhill.
No,
There's a second reference to Catherine at after parties
I feel
because
like everybody has that one theater party that they're like, ooh.
See, the issue is like I can't even be embarrassed. Like as far as I know, I had a good time. I had a text. I had a text from Adrian the next morning that said, "So it sounds like you had a fun time at the theater party." And I go, "Did I?"
Was that the party where I met up with you at a coffee shop to give you your phone?
I did leave my phone at. Because
that was at
Taylor,
barn.
David, and Weston's house.
Yeah. Where we like messaged on Facebook,
This
and then I
phone,
just
the
had to
one-
like hope that between then and getting to the coffee shop, we were good. Because I still had your phone.
I will say also shout out to Ben. Ben woke me up because Ben stayed the night at my house that night after the Rocky party. He woke me up at 7 a.m. because I was supposed to go to Nutcracker rehearsals at 8 a.m.
Oh my
And
gosh.
He woke
I
me
had
up
his
and
phone.
said, you have Nutcracker rehearsals, and I looked him and I said, no, I do not. And I went back.
I had your phone and the alarms started going off for your Nutcracker rehearsal.
Yep. It wasn't.
I
again,
didn't have to be up that early in the morning.
Nope. Nope. Because I had, hey, shout out to me for having my alarm set though, right? I was ready.
No,
I think
you are
we're
not.
quite ready to shout out at you, but not quite in that way.
Hey, you know what? Nutcracker was so fun. Also, if anyone ever has the opportunity, audition for that because it is the most fun being a parent in the Nutcracker ballet. Yes, the rehearsals are once a week and you go in the morning and dance for 2 hours, but it's such a fun time. I'm not a dancer, but I had so much fun doing that. Highly recommend it.
Come on.
Is that Taylor?
Taylor?
Oh, hello.
Keith and I just
Taylor?
finished working.
Oh, okay.
Wait, are you there with Keith now? Is that where Keith
Yeah,
went?
we work together now. What? Yeah, I work at Mad Melt, excuse me.
Beautiful.
Wait.
Taylor, Will needs a haircut.
I do.
Yeah, I was looking, so I was on a little bit earlier looking, and I was like, Will needs a haircut.
Yeah, well, you're not up here in Michigan, so I'm kind of, stuck trying to figure
lights
it
went off,
out.
the lights went off.
No, as soon as you move away from Brian, you're like, who's gonna cut my hair? It becomes a big
Taylor,
issue.
something. What's behind you, Taylor?
Murders. Keith turned the lights off and didn't tell me, and now I'm scared.
Bacon, you were talking about the once a month that you watch or share.
Talk about Diva Dads After Dark. This is Mad Melt After Dark.
Amazing.
The one I watch or share is the remix of Mariah Carey and Taylor in the bathroom.
No, never again.
I watched that day so many times, and I giggle my little head off every time.
Oh, it's so good. Brandon's a genius.
I'm appreciative that the one time in my life that I hit a whistle tone was on film.
Wait.
Also, the
you've only
Kelsey
got, like,
Gigi
3 minutes left.
video is great too.
Oh, the Gigi and Kelsey
Dana?
Fiddler video.
Oh,
So
yeah.
good.
Yeah, that one's good too.
What
Every
video?
January, look forward to it.
The one
Gigi and
where
Kelsey.
Gigi and
At the
Kelsey
Fiddler
like,
audition.
falling apart.
Oh, yeah.
Slam dancing.
Well, I
Also,
just hopped on to say hello and goodbye, but I love you, Will.
hello, I love you and I miss you dearly.
I miss you. I drink out of your wifey mug all the time.
She does.
And I look at Taylor and I say, when am I going to be a wife? And then I cry.
Oh God.
I was there first. I was the first one to call you that, so
I'll let him know.
Good.
Okay, love you.
Love you.
Bye.
That really reminds me, for some reason, this is a great thing, and I'm glad David's here for this. Every single show I did that had good show buddies, David was assigned me. Every single one. And that seems unlikely, right? Like that's like a random thing.
That's not true. You
No?
have an ex-boyfriend. And the one where I danced in your lap, you had my boyfriend.
No, I had him. No, David's had me every time. That's what I'm saying. David's always had me.
Yeah.
So I've gotten several gifts from David. And one time, David made sure all of his notes were written by his wife. And it was genius because I was like, I'm certain it's one of the girls. The handwriting's too good. It was David.
Yeah. No, I think it was my daughter. My daughter Grace had.
Oh, was it your daughter? Yeah,
wrote them
I
out
just-
for me. Yeah, I had her write them out for me, so it would be less obvious.
Winnie.
Yeah. There was also the time I got. There was also the time I got Adrian as good show buddy too. So.
Sunday.
Yep, Sunday in the Park, and
No, that book is-
Taylor had us fill out the little things, and it said things that you were allergic to, and Adrian wrote puns. I thought this is the most ironic good show buddy pairing ever.
Oh my goodness.
You had probably like just made a joke 5 minutes before I wrote that.
Yeah.
Probably, yes.
Oh, that's funny. Oh my goodness.
Will, my
Can't
favorite
find
memory
the
with
video.
you is from Rock of Ages when we were at that choreography rehearsal and we're doing the dance at the end. And you this is literally right after I had broken my ankle. And I got up and we continued to go. I continued to do the dance because that's me. And you're looking at me and you're like, I feel like I should stop and ask her if she's okay. But also, I really have to concentrate on this choreography because I don't know what I'm doing. And I could see it happening across your face and being like, she's still moving. She's okay. Like, she would stop if it was really bad.
And that's what we assume. We're like, Catherine knows how to do the dance, right? So I have to keep going because I don't. I'm just watching everyone else. Fun fact about me, any dance number ever, I am watching the person in front of me every time.
Which is why Will is never on.
I watch
You had a lucky job in Rock of Ages. Damn.
What?
You had a lucky job in Rock of Ages. You just had to sit.
I did just get to sit in a chair. Rock of Ages was the easiest dance show, except I will say I never learned the dance. We're Not Gonna Take It. I never learned it. I just was, I was in the corner. And so
why?
I tried. I couldn't do it. It was I'm like,
all it was like marching and punching. I did it on crutches.
I think you guys had to do the Running Man. That was as hard as it got to do the Running Man.
I faked because I was in a booth.
I couldn't figure it out. I tried. I never.
We got used to having to sit. You got used to.
Yeah, I was like, I just sit normally. Is there a chair I can have? That's.
Leaning against the wall.
I try so hard. It didn't work.
Well, we are past our time for Dads After Dark. If you guys want to keep talking to Will, stay with us for After Dark, where it's not streamed and pretty much anything goes, as long as people have money in their pockets to pay Parker. Y'all have a good evening. We had a great time with you, Will. Thank you so much for sticking around and saying hi to all these lovely fans of the show. Y'all have a good night. We'll see you.